Hello, welcome to PAX. I'm your host Paul James, and today I'm joined by three very special guests. Shaun Nichols from Player 2, Brian Betson, Popculturists, Dylan Blight, Explosion Network. We've got competing PlayStation podcasts here.
Again.
Fight to the death.
It seems to happen a lot.
I didn't get told what we're doing, but I feel like that's what it is.
I didn't know that either.
It's developed that way over the course of the weekend.
As it's happened, it's like you guys got to fight now. I'm like, fuck.
So we're doing a series of these patched episodes over the course of this week, essentially just grabbing a whole bunch of different people as they come through PAX and talking about what we've been playing, what we've been enjoying, what we've been doing. Who wants to get the ball rolling? Who's got the most impressive?
Allegedly, this is your first video work, so you can start.
Yes. So we'll throw him in the deep end.
Yes, throw him in the deep end. All right. So, okay, mind blank. Lost in Shadow.
That's one of the indie games.
It's one of the indie games that I look at. It's one of those games that the premise is really interesting. Because you're a cat burglar, you're going in, get in, steal stuff, get out. But while they're not at that stage yet, what the developers plan to do is, unlike in every major video game where you see someone sees you doing something, whether it be stealing, killing, you run, you hide, 10 seconds later, they're back to normal and just wandering around as though nothing ever happened. The guards
like every Assassin's Creed game ever made.
Exactly. Even
they've moved on. Whatever.
Even
he sat down on that chair.
Even in Hitman yesterday when I was watching the playthrough of that, it was the exact same thing. They come, they look around. Oh yeah, nothing's here. Boom, off they go. In this game, what they want to actually have is that if you're spotted, that guard will tell people. So you're going to have a cascading effect where the more you're spotted, the more you're going to be known about, and therefore it'll get to the point where everybody is actively looking for you. So it's not a matter of hide and reset. And I was asking so the usual hiding things like hiding in a cabinet or whatever, they're like, is that going to be how you'd avoid them? They'll be like, no. Once these guys come in to start searching, they'll go through everything to search for you.
That's pretty cool. That's stealth going a little bit further.
It is, and there's zero combat in it whatsoever. So if you get
so you get busted, that's it.
You get busted, that's it. No escape at all.
Was it all I keep thinking is Prop Hunt Auto from Gary's mod. Did you ever play that? You go into the game and one person gets put as an inanimate object, like a broom, any kind of random crap, and you can move yourself around in that. And then most of the time when people play the game, they're just like, on the broom, and they just go find a bunch of other brooms just sit in the corner. And then everyone else runs around as like human characters or whatever, and all you gotta do is find the inanimate object. Which is, I always found a lot more fun than the Assassin's Creed route, because all the time, it's hilarious. The person there in the room just sits there 10, 15 minutes just...
It's kind of like...
Spot, done.
It's kind of like how Prey does it with the mimics. You walk in, something in this room is weird, and I know what it is, and then it's actually a person. It's very cool.
Because Assassin's Creed had of course, it's about killing the target, whereas all these other things were more about just finding, I guess. Hide and seek more than assassinating, I guess.
Yeah.
So I spoke to the guy yesterday, and he basically turned it around to us. He goes, "We're just taking feedback from anyone and everyone, so if the game goes wrong, it's your fault." All right, thanks, mate.
Don't put that on me.
So that was one hell of a pitch. He goes, "Yeah, if this game's shit, it's the fans' fault." That's one way to look at it. So you can choose to use or lose their feedback, but all right. And I'm sure that's probably what they're doing. He's just talking shit.
Now I know how old devs treat early access games. Good.
It's on you, mate.
Yeah.
I'm sure he was exaggerating a little bit, but he was pretty forthright about the whole thing. Anything else that took your fancy?
Church in the Darkness.
Oh, you've really been smashing indies. I don't know that one. Have you played that?
No, I haven't played that.
Published by Fellow Traveller. Again, just by chance, it's another stealth. It's a stealth infiltration one. Short version is your nephew has been living in a cult in South America, and you're infiltrating to try and find him and, I suppose, get him back out. But what really makes it interesting is that there's varying levels on what the actual cult will be like. So you might have one playthrough where you go in and they're literally like peace-loving hippies that are, all lovey-dovey. Everything's actually working as, socialism intended. But you play another playthrough and you will find that they are on the extreme end, the leaders will be on the extreme end of the cult life. Like for an example, I have I did 2 different playthroughs. One of them, I got into a firefight, killed about 5 or 6 guys before they captured me. They threw me in the cage, left me in there, walked away. Cool, broke straight out of the cage, off I go. Second playthrough, got spotted, ended up killing 2 guys, got captured, chucked in the cage, think, alright, cool, here we go, I'll just break out again. The leader goes, oh, you're going to pay for what you've done to my people. Bang, shoots me dead, game over then and there. So it's
the consequence thing.
Yeah, it's whether it's a matter of, on that playthrough, I got one of the more aggressive versions of the cult, or it was a matter of the game putting 2 and 2 together, like, you know, I'd killed 2 people, then being captured straight away, whereas the other time I'd killed about 4 or 5 people, got away, managed to hide for a little bit more, and then got captured because I had no ammo and no nothing. So whether it was a direct correlation or not, I'm not sure, but apparently it goes the whole spectrum of basically, you know, evil to peaceful.
Sweet. I've heard there's a fair few stealth games actually on the floor today, and you add Hitman to it and those sort of things as well, but you normally a big stealth guy, or?
Not normally, I just go for whatever takes my fancy, but I do really like the narrative-driven games. But Lawson's Shadow was one that I just stumbled across this morning. I thought, oh yeah, I'll have a look, and then found out all the info about it. But the Church in the Darkness, I actually was reading up on that before I came here, and it was from the trailers and the story of it. Even my wife, who was watching, is like, you know, I'd actually play that because it seems interesting.
All right.
So yeah, it just happens that those 2 games are both stealth based.
Game of show? Got one?
Game of show.
Or game of PAX, I guess?
Game of PAX? I'm going to go with Hitman 2.
Alright, so the big one still
I don't
takes
have
the
a
cake.
big thing for stealth games.
Yeah, 2 and 3, and Hitman's the best.
No,
Not to call you out, but
I think you're a liar.
look, no, it's more, but you don't have to go stealth in Hitman.
That's true.
But did you when you played it though?
When I played it, I was more
Trying to add it.
Can you really be stealthy in a giant pink flamingo suit?
Well,
I think give it a go.
ask the person
if you
wearing the
pretend to be a flamingo.
So you didn't answer my question.
Did you stealth it up?
Can I plead the 5th? Is it too late to walk out of this video?
No, not necessarily.
Not very stealthy with your lines.
Which way are we going? Who's
No
next?
matter, man. You take pick.
Betson.
Fine. Yeah, I've played mostly with the big dogs. I've not done much indie stuff. Just not really my wheelhouse. But
why is Harvest Hands your game of
no, I
haven't been there yet?
I went and checked it out for a couple of minutes, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Ryan's a
And
big sucker for Harvest Moon. And
Yeah, I'm a big sucker for
Sims.
farming sims. So
I've passed that so many times.
yeah, it looked like it's like the farming part got me through the door, but now I'm just trying to get me in the house now, and I'm like looking at it, I'm like, you're not quite getting me in the house.
Just haven't quite jumped in bed with them yet.
Yeah, that's it. I'm like, I want to start smooching, but then I'm not quite there yet. But yeah, so I'll go back and give that a bit more time. I've spent a lot of time, as expected, around PlayStation. I spent some time with Dreams. Went to Days Gone twice now. One to try the story mode, one to try the horde mode. Resident Evil I spent some time with yesterday, which looks awesome. It was really, really cool.
Would you give Cat a tap on the shoulder and just jump the queue?
Okay, yeah, I did actually.
Yeah, there we go.
But I had a booking a couple of days ago. She's like, hey, when do you want to play? I'm like, I don't know, give me a time. She's like, 11 o'clock? I'm like, yeah, done. Beautiful. Went in there, had to spend time with that. It's good. It's got the way the easiest way to explain it, because I'm not someone that's had a long time connection with Resident Evil, so in terms of its story, I couldn't tell you whether it matches what Resident Evil 2 was. As far as I know and how I feel about it, it's got the polish of 7 with the feel of 4. Like the over-the-shoulder, but not quite tank controls. Digging it. Really digging it. And it's just bloody as hell. It's really good. I saw some dude get chopped in half by a shuttered door. That was pretty cool. Yeah, and I spent time with Nintendo as well, a bit of Pokemans.
Smash.
Yeah, Dylan spent a bit more time with Smash. Other Dylan, what you doing? Because I've already spent some time with Smash. To me, it'd be more Smash until it comes out. So, yeah.
So Resident Evil's the big one for you. That's the what stole the show. You got
It was probably the one that I had like okay expectations for, and I came back going, that's really good, and I want to spend some time with it. But the one, as I said, it's an episode of Dash Culture, which we're all on anyway. The big thing for me was Dreams, and how I came in and going, I have no idea what, like, the thing to me, like, I don't know how this game plays, and the big thing is, I've had to rethink how I approach this game, because it's kind of not a game.
They're development tools.
It's
with the pretty UI.
Yeah, it's a nice way to mush a bunch of dev stuff together and make cool shit out of it. Like, although it's not entirely my wheelhouse, because I'm not a very artistically inclined in that sense, but I can't wait to see what comes out of it. Yeah.
I don't really think Dreams compared to Little Big Planet is that big of a difference. I think the major difference is that, like, Little Big Planet and Dreams are both designed very similar. They were both designed around play, create, share, their whole motto. But Little Big Planet from day one had cute mascot, here are our levels, cute mascot.
It's something you
don't have
focus on.
Sackboy. You were talking about cute mascots. Let's go.
Cute mascots. Yeah, Little Big Planet had a cute mascot. So marketing, what people focus on, there is levels, there is some sort of design for you to be able to play through. And then Dreams, I think they just spent so much time focusing on creating the levels, the actual engine, and all that sort of stuff. I don't think they started creating the actual, what would be the campaign levels till
Yeah, no,
the end of the development.
I agree. I think the campaign is essentially just going to be a giant tutorial on how to build shit. Like, I guess sort of in the same way that Little Big Planet was. It's kind of like it's built on a series of creations. But we're playing Little Big Planet recently at work, and there is a bit more of a story focus there rather than sort of showcasing.
It had people getting captured. Like, there's some sort of story in there that whatever that character was that talked to you all the time. But I suppose the thing is, all the Dreams levels are created in Dreams, right?
Yeah.
How do you make the campaign until you finish
the tools?
And
yet they're still adding tools. So it's a weird sort of cycle.
Before it's like the complete opposite way you'd ever try to go about it, I guess.
But yeah, that's the big problem, as you mentioned, like when you said with the focus, like with Little Big Planet, regardless of whatever the game was, you could focus on Sackboy and like that's your marketing tool. Right now it's this elusive cloud of thing.
Who knows what?
Yeah, so without having to be able to pinpoint it onto something, it really is changing how they sell it. But it is certainly one of those things that you don't understand it till you've got it in your hands. Like up until yesterday afternoon when I touched it, like, I was pretty poo-poo on it.
Like, cool, I can create games, but how, what, where, why? Dylan, what have you been playing, man?
Hey, excuse me. Can you like move back just a little bit, maybe, if you don't mind? Thank you. You scolded Barjo then. You scolded Barjo. It's alright. So keep going. What do you want?
You did.
Well, you wanted us, so we keep looking. Like, it's quiet.
Go for it. What have you been playing? What have you enjoyed?
I got my list. Okay. Get back into that. I'll start. Right,
he touched my ass once. Let's just. He loved it.
Scouts Honor. Really cool. I'm just going to go down.
I played that earlier with Buddy. It was dope.
So I feel like if I don't play Scouts Honor, Buddy will come along and kill me.
I was here about 10 minutes and Buddy's like, hey, come on. I'm
let's go.
All right.
And took you by the hand. And
So if you don't know what Scouts Honor is, it's basically Overcooked but with camping. I mean, that's the most simplistic way to sell it. I think it has a lot of problems though, which obviously could be fixed. It's like level starts, you've got a backpack or your camping gear or whatever, and you walk over, you place it, and you hold down a button, and all the items kind of spew out everywhere. There's no inventory, like they don't get sucked into you in some sort of form or fashion, and you can like cycle through the items. And because there's 4 different players and we're all playing it, there's just all of a sudden items everywhere. It's like, it's very confusing. What am I doing? It's just, I feel like it would play a lot easier and be a lot easier to see what you're doing if the items were actually putting some sort of stuff. That's like my biggest complaint, but overall the gameplay seems obviously the same as Overcooked, as long as there's different varying levels of stuff. Because at the moment there's ghosts that attack you and can kill you, but it's like, what is beyond just, there's ghosts that can kill you? I don't see that lasting 20, 30 levels or whatever.
Yeah, no, I certainly agree. Like, if I didn't have Buddy there, I'd be like, hey, do this. Like, once that shit spews everywhere, and it's like,
what the hell am I doing?
What's the next step?
Yeah.
Like, you got the list in the corner of how to do what you need to build, but there's I guess when the game drops, there'll hopefully be some sort of tutorial that says do this, do this, do this, do this, or this is what this does, this is what that does. But it just felt like absolute chaos for a minute.
Yeah, 100% agree. Soundfall is another one really cool. I would like to play in a more enclosed fashion of sorts, I guess, because it's all about rhythm, and it's like a twin stick slash. You've got some sort of.
Is that the one where the platforming kind of syncs up with the actual music itself?
Yeah.
So it's basically the musical levels from Rayman Legends. In principle.
It's like so. You attack. And you're supposed to slash or shoot, and your weapon will do more damage if you're hitting it right on the mark of the music. Except we couldn't play it with headphones, which meant I couldn't get like in tune with the. And obviously, it's all about high scores, and it has co-op, so you can play with 2 people and sit there and have a great time. And of course, music rhythm game, music was. Watching people in front of us, everyone was sitting there. The people that got the headphone stuff sitting there going. And there was one guy without headphones sitting there. I was watching Switch. So I mean,
it's good times.
Have you tried that song? Because that was another one in the indie spot.
I'll tell that. Shout out to Goose Game. I don't feel there's too much to say. If you watch the trailer, it's
Untitled Goose Game.
You press a button. Best part of the feature. Press a button. Goose's wings go up, and you sit there like, what, mate? What, mate? What do you want to do? So that was great. And a couple things I checked out today also that I really like. Tetris Effect. If you like Tetris, it's Tetris. You play it in VR. It's way more of an engrossing experience, I suppose, because you blocked off all your other senses. Headphones weren't loud enough. I really want to because the soundtrack's really great, I would like to pump the music and be able to really be in the zone. I got a Tetris list and I felt really good, and then everything went to shit after that, but it's fine. It's fine. And then a couple of things, these stand out because they were from today, but where you played Boomerang Fu, which was really cool before. There's like a 4-player, very quick couch co-op game where really cute characters. I think the art designers by the same people that worked on Adventure Pals, not the TV show, but that game Giraffe, right?
The Adventure Pals.
Yeah, so it's like exactly the same sort of
Which is here on the show floor as well, despite the fact it's already out.
It's amazing. It's already out. It's amazing. One of the best games of the year as far as I'm concerned. Same art style.
Too.
Good point. It is. Yeah, get on that PlayStation boy. It's got really great art style, and then it's like 4-player, very quick levels, and you go to the best of like 10 kills, I suppose is what it is. So you can bounce around, you can slash, and everyone has like a boomerang they can throw, and then you're basically jumping constantly because of the way it controls. So you're hopping around the real cute characters on like a square and just trying to kill each other, and because it's all over very fast, next level loads in, go for it. First person 10 kills wins. So I can see that being really fun. And the art style kind of sells it because it's really hectic and sort of like because you get chopped in half and bits, but on its fruit. So that was a cool thing. And then I think my favourite thing I played today is Fledgling Heroes, which has got really cute birds, and it's basically like, I don't know how you describe the game type, but it's like one of those ones where you press a button or tap the button to keep like the thing afloat, and then if you release the button, they start falling.
So it's Tiny Wings.
Yeah. Remember there was all those games back in the day on PC where everyone started making them from like mouse clicks, hold down the mouse or tap the mouse to go up and down and all sorts of things. That was great. That's coming to Switch and like iOS and Android and stuff like that. And art style kind of sold me. Also, I beat the boss and apparently was the first person to do it, and the whole thing, and I was like, yeah, pro gamer. Yeah, tell me I'm not a gamer because I play Red Dead. And then I played Alluri just before, which has a really great art style. They admit it's inspired by Ori and the Blind Forest. Had some problems with the control. Like it's got there's orbs in the sky that you can grapple onto, and that's why it's supposed to control. But for some reason, you're supposed to aim with the left analog stick, which is the same thing you're controlling your character with. Where it would have made more sense if you're aiming with the right analog stick for your grappling, I suppose, which made it really odd. But it's tiny fixes, feedback that makes that switch.
Yeah, they can fix that sort of thing
a lot better. But yeah, a lot of indie stuff. I played some of the big games as well. Dreams, obviously, I love that. I think the best thing about PAX is discovering the smaller stuff more than big stuff. I know
those sort of things escape you. You get big press releases for Resident Evil, or Dreams, or Hitman, or those sorts of things. But
I do agree. That is certainly true. But like when there was EB Expo as well, that was the event that I would use to get all the big guys out of the way, and I would spend the rest of the time here with the indies. Now with EB Expo not existent, I'm like, well, I've got to balance the shit out.
Yeah,
you know?
That's true.
Yeah, see, I still haven't really done the indies at all yet. And Friday was big for AAA.
You've only got like what, 4 hours?
I've already got a plan. That's all right. Friday was big for AAA. Saturday I did Rage, a couple of interviews, and then I went home deal with other bits and pieces.
Rage.
And then a couple more interviews today, but I'm going to fit the indies in afterwards. I've got a couple of appointments for the later end of the day. So that's
such a variety of indies too.
Yeah.
Like, you're talking about all the ones you play. I'm talking about the ones you play, and it's like.
And there wasn't anything in common, and that's the
true power of the indie space. They're willing to take those risks that the big guys won't. Like
the true power, he says. Look at him getting all.
No, but that's really what it is. Like even though I've gone and played a bunch of big, AAA games that I'm excited for, it's Resident Evil 2. It's a remake of an old game. Yeah, we know what it is. Days Gone, even though it's a new IP, is still something that we know. Like it's built in other systems that we've known. Everything else has been sequels, and the indie place is a really good way to see a bunch of cool, different shit. Like last night, I played that game about mowing down people with a lawnmower.
Oh, I played that. That was good.
That was awesome.
From Dime Studios, yeah.
I just built around the idea of mowing down people. Like, love it. You're not going to see that in Hitman. You're not going to see that in Days Gone. You know, it's awesome.
Yeah. I think the thing with the big games, on the point, is that all of us feel an obligation of a sort, especially like we do PlayStation shows. I'm like, I have to go over and play Days Gone, try and play as many PlayStation stuff as you can. But the thing is, I'm playing them. I already know what they are, but I'm just playing them to inform my own opinion, I guess.
Yeah.
Whereas with the indie games, it's actually you're discovering something new, and that's the big difference, I suppose.
And yeah, being a big console pleb, like a lot of those are on Steam and PC. So like.
Switch. Yeah, that's the first question. Is your game going to be a Switch?
Yeah. So like they're like, oh, it's on Steam. I'm like, oh, I'm probably not going to play it.
Don't you have a Steam box?
No.
Oh, yeah.
I probably. And that's the big hurdle for me with more than being on with early access. I just kind of it's a barrier of entry for me. I have a PC. I just don't choose to play it.
Talks.
Yeah.
We are obviously near the back end of PAX, as you alluded to a moment ago. Is there anything for any of you that's still on the list that you want to go and knock off in these last few hours?
Ashen.
Oh, Ashen,
A couple of times I've tried to get there and get a go.
Too busy.
You know, wait in the line, and then all of a sudden my watch is beeping, telling me, oh, I've got to be somewhere to go and meet someone, and it's like, oh, okay. I was actually in the line for it again.
Keep in mind, it is over at Xbox as well.
I know, but they've got a mad line there, and I'm the sort of guy, I don't want to just go.
Is it for that or is it for Ori?
It's sort of
Very confusing.
No, it's a huge line that sort of snakes around a bit, and I mean, shit, I can't remember what other game is actually there. But I'm guessing that's the one that most people are playing, because when I have walked past, Ashen has been sitting empty. No one's been touching it. But
Yeah, you got Ori on one side, you got DMC on the other.
Also, there's King of Hearts. There's King of Hearts in the Xbox one as well.
Yeah, King Hearts is there. I don't think it's the same demo at Square Enix, but like whatever, it's something.
Yeah, so I don't want to be that guy that just walks up and goes, oh yeah, I just want to jump on that empty console while these guys have all been standing around in line for hell.
No, do it. What are they
Be that
do?
guy.
What are they going
Use
to do?
that power.
Look at you. Grumpy eyes.
What are they going to do? Say no and you line up in a line? Like you're going to line up in a line anyway.
Yeah.
Take the shot.
What's on the do list?
Rage is one that we need to go jump onto.
You got to go over the AMD.
Yeah, that should be sweet. I don't know. I might do a little bit more of the indie side of things, but I've pretty much jumped on everything that I've wanted to so far this weekend, which is great.
Dylan?
In a dream world, I play every indie, which isn't going to happen.
So which ones are you going to get to then with the last few hours?
I just scroll up and down. And
it's empty. Cool. Let's go try it.
Bigger stuff, I would love to Rage as well. I think that's probably the biggest game that I'd actually like. Like really like to try out.
Yeah, apparently it's like Doom type.
Yeah. So I did my interview with Tim Willits, which you'll see Player 2 related sometime soon, and Anna over there kind of teed up we'll call in advance and tell him you're coming down to go play it. Like, yes, jump the queue, play the game.
Yeah, that's what Joel did yesterday, so I'm going to try and mooch that same thing.
So I was stoked. It's really, really tight, like you said, similar to Doom. Really good and easy to play, fast paced still. You can see those Borderlands elements present.
Did you just play the first one? Rage?
No.
I messed around with it a little bit.
Okay. Because I played the first one, I probably got 12 hours in, and I was like, I'm so bored. Like, combat-wise, gameplay-wise, yes, it makes shooters, and you can tell because the guns are all cool and all sorts of stuff. But it was like the story, God, like it's just dropping.
And maybe the story ends up being crap, but the moment to moment is like really exciting. You got
2 developers crossing over, so you get one help.
Well, Avalanche knows their stuff. Id knows their stuff, and it's mostly carried by Avalanche because it's the open world.
Yeah, I do pretty much feel like, hey, here's our gunplay package. Build everything around it.
That's why I'm excited.
Yeah.
Too easy. I think we've kind of spoken about what we've been playing at PAX.
Yeah.
I'm just dropping gradual bits through the various episodes I'm doing. So,
Tunic.
Oh,
that's what I want to go try as well.
Yeah, that's well worth playing. I've done plenty of work on that over the years. You'll go check it out.
I am very keen to get home though and finally jump into Red Dead. And Paw Patrol. The code came through last night.
I love how you got a code. That's the...
I didn't even go. Just to make it even worse, right?
We got sent one as well. So. But I'm not streaming it like you are.
Oh, I'm gonna play with my boy. It's gonna be amazing.
I mean,
he's a bit too young.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I don't need to start encouraging that at a month old. So that wraps it up. Dylan, where can you be found on the interwebs? What do you do? Spruik your wares.
Spook my way.
Spruik.
Explosion Network.
ExplosionNetwork.com, videos, articles, news, reviews, movies, games, TVs, pop culture, everything.
Lots of podcasts.
A bunch of podcasts. Find them all on the website, iTunes, Spotify, all the podcasting services. YouTube.com/Explosion Network for most of our PAX video segments we've been putting out and stuff.
You've done a lot of them already.
Yeah, done a lot already, and then also we'll do some more today, and then I'll probably try and write up some shorter preview stuff for some of the games that didn't want to do like a video for. Then Explosion Pod on Twitter. Follow us.
Ryan, you're up.
Yeah, the Popculturists YouTube, same as Dill, competing PlayStation shows for the players.
I don't say
Fine.
It's competing in the front competing. I have to compete because there's a better one, but
I mean, the self-declared #1 PlayStation podcast in the ocean.
He sucked up because I said it from day one, so then he. Like,
I'm like, fuck, can't beat that. Yes, every Monday, PlayStation show on the YouTubes. We'll have a bunch of stuff going up over this weekend as well. Be sure to follow us on the socials and stuff. We're around there. Bunch of cool things.
What do you do?
I write for Player 2, and that's about it, apart from this wonderful video.
There's heaps of awesome content there, though, so check it out. And I don't know if you spoke to yourselves individually. Where can you be found on Twitter?
At Vivaldil, VIVALADIL.
The fact that you can do that so quickly, so consistently bothers me.
At HaggardMC, HAGGARDMC.
And at Nichols Shaun, SHAUN.
You still at least did that. Paul James P2 for me. The website is player2au. Like, share, subscribe, do all that normal thing. I'm not going to do the normal rant. Thank you very much for watching. That's a snapshot of PAX AUS. We'll see you later.